Over here. Oh, look! It's a new game! I told you I would start this at some point. Ah. If you... And I told you so strategy. Give me a second, because game's rather loud. If you actually manage to get, no matter how, to the 1000 euros for Baal mode, since you can't actually play Baal mode apart from starting a new game, I would have to start Baldur's Gate 2 completely new from the get-go with the difficulty enabled. Yeah, that would be another 20, 30, 40 streams that we would have to do to get through that, so that is that. Yeah. For the moment, the next goal, I think, is story mode, isn't it? Yeah, 150 for story mode. And I think you're sitting at... Actually, let me just quickly pull this up, then we can actually see it. You're sitting at a nice whooping 102 euros and 20 cents. And yeah, easy is the one we're at now. Story is the next one for 150, then comes hard, then comes insane, and then comes Baal. But yeah, since the difficulty of Baal can only be chosen once, namely at the start of the game, you literally don't have a choice but to start the game again. Ooh. Yeah, Baal is basically the most annoying. It is basically the difficulty of Insane combined with a lot of other really nasty things, including permadeath and other nonsense. It's, oh boy. But let's just say it's not really something to be enjoyable. Apart from the fact when you are a really hardcore person in gameplay regards. And honestly, well, the systems in Baldur's Gate are good. They're not perfect. It's an older game, obviously. That implementation would lead to a horrible mess. Okay, I'm a man of my word. If you actually manage to get there, I'll suffer through it. Although that is a playthrough I would probably not do like we do Baldur's Gate now, where we're basically playing Baldur's Gate pretty much on days on end. I would probably have to put it out a bit more, because honestly, that will take a time. But for today, we have something a bit different to go through, or start with, basically. Namely, unused entry into the Legend of Heroes series, which I've of course already played, because, well, where there's a will, there's a way. Or rather, there's a lot of fans who are more than willing to translate shit. And so I already engaged with the game. But then I was like, okay, now that I have a good idea of what's going on, let's wait until Falcom does its shit and see how the translation holds up towards the fans. Pretty much, yeah. If you were to play through, or now, and let's say like this, if I were to play through the Baal difficulty like I am, and playing through Baldur's Gate right now, I'd probably go insane at some point. And I can't really afford to go insane, so there's that. Also considering that come next month I'm gonna be at least somewhat more busy than I am right now, that is already going to cut into my playtime, and if I were then to, and let's say that you achieve 1000 euros by the end of this month, for example, if I were then to try to play through just Baldur's Gate 2 Baal difficulty, yeah, we would literally not do anything else any longer, and I kinda do need some counterweights for my mental health. Which brings us to this game, which is a pretty good counterweight, mind you, because it is of course very different, not just stylistically, plus obviously, but yeah. And basically this game I have set up as a bit of my nice relaxation game for the side, because some games are more tiring than others. Ace Combat, for example, is it is fun and fun to play, but it is also more tiring, to me at least. So I do want something to basically relax to, and just go in for the story, basically. I know it sounds a bit weak, but you know, we all need our own guilty pleasures. And this shall be my guilty pleasure for a while. And since it is my guilty pleasure, you shall suffer it as well, of course. By which I mean we are going to start a new game. You can watch the intro, enjoy some story setup, that you might or might not. Start pretty well. You don't really need much in the way of previous knowledge from the Trails games in order to enjoy this, because technically speaking this marks the beginning of the second half of the series, where we're moving away from Western Samuria and towards Eastern Samuria. So technically speaking, since we have a new cast, we have a new setting, basically, you don't really need much to get into this. It's not like, you know, if you're playing Trails of Cold Steel and suddenly you're wondering, who the fuck are these crossbell people? Or who the fuck is an Estelle? What is it? Is it tasty? Does it bite? The answer is I don't know. Probably bites. There's that. Which makes this, of course, ideal for me to play on the side. And without much further ado, I'll click the buttons and at some point I do have to play through the nightmare, but since this game actually allows for New Game Plus, God bless that, I can do this at a later date. So that leaves us with the options. I was thinking normal at first, but honestly I kinda wanna make myself easier. Very easy doesn't sound too pleasant. I never really liked it. Honestly, I kinda liked it when we just had 3 options, you know, like easy, normal, hard. That was were some good times, but since we don't, I don't think I'm gonna be happy with very easy, so easy it shall be for this one. As I said, it is indeed my relaxation game. I think you can change the difficulty in-game. We're gonna have to take a look at the menu. It's been a few months, I wanna say, since I played through this, so do excuse me if my memory isn't holding up as well, also, because my memory is basically chock full of all of the Trails games at this point. And you kind of end up with the situation where where memories overlap, basically. Now I'm just gonna click on the easy button and see what happens, basically, and then we're gonna watch the intro and see what happens. I'm also gonna have to think about where to position my poodle self, you know, down here, right now. Because I actually don't remember how the menu is, or how the HUD is set up in the game proper. We'll find out, one way or another. That's an interesting post up there. Brings me some good memories. Which I'm very much expecting this particular series to not be popular, to put it mildly. I'm even considering if I even should bother editing it and putting it up on YouTube, honestly. Which of course only shows that many people have very, very bad taste, but alas, what can you do? Very trustworthy business partners, I can tell as much. Very trusty business partners, as always.
今後も協力できるかもしれねえし、お近づきの印ってことでどうだよ。
なるほどな。だったらもっといいものをくれてやろうか。
てめえら、
やるってのか。
Fair enough.
上等だこれ。てめえら。
半グレ風情が。たかりは相手を見てするがいい。
ポリか。
まさか巡回かよ。
お前たち鍵つけられたな。まあいい、とっとと。
Well, well,
い
well.
つの間に。
どこに消えやがった。お前たち何をしている。
仕方ない、一旦離脱する。
くそ、俺らも散らかるぞ。
なんだってんだよ。不審集団を発見。
通報の半グレどもだ。捕まえろ。
ボンクラの首都警察にしちゃ上出来だぜ。映画探してるっつうブツ、ニラの匂いがプンプンしやがるぜ。国防外、いやあっちの良さで調べてみるか。
Indeed, it has mysteriously disappeared. However, the police usually has the right to stop you for questioning if they suspect something going wrong. Meaning, if you are, for example, showing up in a place where you're not supposed to be, like you know, as yours, for some reason, then the police will probably stop you. At least they have the right to ask you some nice questions. Of course, you can't refuse to answer them, in most modern countries, that is.
おい、もう閉店だぞ。はいはい、わかってるっての。
Look, it's a modern kid.
眠たいんなら2階のベッドにな。
おやすみ、ママ、おじいちゃん。
おやすみな、夢。
おやすみなさい。ちゃんと歯を磨くのよ。はい、これはサービス。
お、サンクス。さすが麗しのマドンナだぜ。
どういたしまして。
ほら、来やすいぞ、不良タナコ。お前もあんまり甘やかすと。
Nice and relaxing, isn't it?
妙に匂いやがるな。
Indeed. It tends to do that. Well, in this case, we can assume, since they do meet up with some suits, that something was going on. However, the police will still stop them and ask some nice questions. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Since this is a tunnel that is directly attached to the subway tunnel system, it's really not a place where any normal person without any good reason should be. Which, ask some questions. Now, in our more modern days, we also have usually some paragraphs in our law text about terrorism prevention. Kinda has become rather popular ever since 9/11, which makes it doubly so that the police can stop you if they see you going around places you're not supposed to be. Especially because most of these places is, for good reason, barred to the public. Which does make sense, because there's a lot of rather dangerous stuff in there, like, you know, the train's moving down there. Not really where you should be, for your own good. And secondly, there's also, of course, a lot of equipment there that you're not supposed to be fiddling with. Yeah. I don't really feel the differences in the translation, though. Welcome always had a tendency to give its translation to these, which is not ideal, I would put it mildly. I might actually boot up the other version I have, just so we can have a nice comparison at some point, but, Have to take it slow.
やっぱり正規の検索方法だと限界があるみたい。
It depends how you want it. It's maybe not much, but you can still claim that they are trespassing. So they have your criminal activity. That would be at least enough to take them in and ask some questions, you know. They don't need to. Usually many tools are actually stored directly in the place. So for example, if you go into the subway and you move along a bit, you'll usually find some entrances and exits. Not all of them are locked. Actually, some of them have special ways to open them. How you have to move the door handle. And usually behind many of these doors you will find, well, tools, machinery, and electronics that you really shouldn't deal with if you have no clue what you're doing. But at least they can take them in on trespassing alone, and then you can start asking some questions. Can't hold them for long with that, but since you technically do try then to charge them with that, would that be a felony actually? I don't even know. Usually it ends up with you getting a fine for that. I can at least take you to prison for until the formalities are done. Not necessarily, no. Actually, a lot of these doors actually just require a special way to handle the handle to open. Quite a few of them actually are not locked. Interesting, at least around here, which is rather funny. I don't remember that. Because I have one acquaintance who actually works in, and I was like, considering how many doors there are, how many fucking keys do we have? And he's like, yeah, basically I have one for the general access. Once that is done, I just need to know how to move the handle. It's rather interesting. Mostly because it would be a royal pain in the ass to carry around millions of keys for millions of different doors, so they kind of just came up with a bit of a smarter solution. Of course, if you don't actually know the precise handling, you're never gonna get that door open anyway, so it's basically as secure. And of course, some of the main doors and some of the really important doors, you know, the ones that are hiding the more important stuff, they tend to be locked. But then again, you don't really need to go in there anyway, so... Yeah.
こうなったら先輩のアドバイスに従うしか。動力ネット法の隙をつくやり方。
I forgot who's in this game as well. That's gonna be a blast from the past again. A nice little blast from the past indeed it shall be.
見つけた。
And it is true. And as I said before, you would need to be extremely lucky, or unlucky depending, on getting that gun.
首都某古物商から強奪。盗品の可能性もあるため届け出ず。
It's always nice when stolen goods get stolen, because then as the shop trying to sell it, you're kinda in a very nasty position. On one hand, you are now a legitimate claim to, you know, have been stolen from, so going to the police would be an option. However, the police then ask, okay, where did you got that from? It'd be a bit of a pain in the ass, isn't it?
間違いなくトラブルだよね。
It's actually rather interesting. Normally my mind isn't that good, and I've played, the last time I played this game is before, it's a month ago, and still my brain immediately reads these lines and goes like, this is not the line we read before though, isn't it? That's gonna take some... Oh, I saw some nice cities. Look, they're actual physical objects. She's not even clipping in them that hard. It pleases me greatly. And it shows how far the Trail series has come. I still remember Trails in the Sky. And honestly, I still appreciated the art style and the character style in that one. Yeah, game has actually moved physics. See how far the game has come. Honestly, in more general terms, the Trail series will always be somewhat fantastical in nature and a bit more on the light-hearted side. Although, to be fair, with this entry, they have made things a bit more... Well, I want to say mature, but... Yeah, that's probably the best word for it, honestly. But it will please me greatly to play this as a nice, relaxing counterbalance to the more serious stuff like Baldur's Gate, where we can literally explode people into little pieces with our sword. We have done so to some enemies as well. Yeah, And of course, it's indeed a Trails game. You can expect, at the very least, some very nice music to go along with it. Which pleases me greatly. Very greatly, even. Look, it's a modern kid. It has a smartphone. But to be fair, I don't think it's a smartphone. Just a smartphone, to put it mildly.
ビストロなのかな。素敵な雰囲気のお店だけど。
Ah, looks pretty sweet. There's neat.
本当にこの2階が？あら、お客さんですか？
Now, was there actually... Because I would like to prepare another pipe.
それとも2階の事務所にご用か
Which
しら？
means I would like to remember which button it was to... What is now to play?
そのやっぱりこちらの2階がアークライドさんの。ええ、モーニングを済ませたばかりだからまだ出かけていないんじゃないかしら。二度寝しちゃってるかもしれないけどノックを何度かすれば大丈夫よ。
Truly an exemplary person for running a business. Wakes up, gets breakfast, gets back into the office, gets to sleep. I mean, fair enough. Arclight Solutions. Complicated matters only.
十分すぎるかな。
A bit dusty. Might wanna let some fresh air in there.
朝っぱらから客かよ。まさかとは思うが、客か？
はい。こちらのアークライド解決事務所にお願いしたいことがあって伺いました。
Suspicious.
ありがとうございます。はじめまして、アニエス・クローデルと申します。現在オーベル地区にある
首都切手、いや共和国切手の名門校アラミス高等学校、その学生寮に住んでいる1年ってところか。
よくご存知ですね。制服でですか？
ま、首都に住んでりゃどうしたってその制服は目立つ。1年ってのはただの勘だ。発育はともかくすれてなさそうだしな。
He's like, well, I mean, your TT say otherwise.
バンだ。
But I'm pretty sure you're still young.
バン・アークライド。どういうつてでここに
Which, to
た
be
ど
fair,
り着い
is
たか
a
は
point
知
to
ら
be
んが
making.
4SPG を知ってるってことは俺の肩書きが何かも知っているはずだな。
はい。警察にも遊撃士協会にも相談しにくいことを引き受けてもらえるという請負にスプリガン、そう呼ばれていると伺っています。
半分当たりで半分外れだ。相談しにくいことだけじゃねえ、相談できないことを引き受ける時もある。非合法スレスレのグレーな家業、そういう人種ってのは分かってるのか？
分かっているつもりです。
Meaning he's getting very, very close to the line of
ま
legality.
ずは話すだけは話してみたらどうだ？引き受ける約束はできないが。
はい、それでは。
おいおい、ザイファかよ。まさか学校の備品とか言わねえよな。
まあ当たらずとも遠からずと言いますか。 こちらです。
そいつは年代物の懐中時計。
What an interesting little item, isn't it?
お願いしたいのは他でもありません。こちらの古いオーブメントの捜索を手伝っていただきたいんです。数十年前の品で、私のひいおじいちゃん、曽祖父の残したものになります。
この画像は
ちょっと大きな声では言えない動力ネットの検索方法で、1週間前に首都のとある古物商から盗難されたばかりだそうです。
P4 プロトコルのホールを利用した特殊な検索アプリを使ったわけか。だがこいつは悪いことは言わねえ。ギルドか警察にでも相談するんだな。何の動力機かは知らんが、アンティーク価値も結構ありそうだ。盗まれたことも含めて厄介な連中が絡んでいる可能性もある。むしろ個人の遺品ってことならなおさら甘っちょろいギルド向きなんじゃねえか。
それは
Not pretty much, to be fair. The guild would absolutely take that.
なんです。警察には、まして遊撃士協会にも相談するわけにはいかなくて。
なんだか知らんが。チャウケを出し忘れたか。
私も忘れていました。その学生寮近くにある人気のお店のケーキでして、1日20個限定みたいですから、結構美味しいんじゃないかと。
アンダルシアのバンカ限定ケーキ。俺と産黒いちじくを隙間なく敷き詰めて糖蜜でコーティングした特製タルトかよ。
お詳しいんですね。
I do love this song. That's nice. That's relaxing.
いいか、一言言っておく。限定ケーキに釣られたわけじゃない。いいね。
はあ。
I guess now we have to make a decision at some point. Don't we? Fine. I was kind of expecting it to happen at some point. But first I would like to get some control so I can actually go into my menu and look around things. That's where the plan goes, at least.
どうかよろしくお願いします、アークライド所長。
ああ、こちらこそだ。
Well, that is one hell of an annoying system, isn't it?
バンでいい。クローデル嬢。
はい、バンさん。私もアニエスでお願いします。
Because of course, not every line in this game is voiced, which leads me to realizing that this is a story-heavy game. Meaning, if I were to start reading all the lines to you, I'm probably gonna go, do I have enough drinks for that? Good question, isn't it? Can I? No, of course not. I can play a lot of my equipment, but I don't really have much in the way of equipment. I need to remember this particular system. It shouldn't really be that easy. Do I have any of the DLCs on this one? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I was about to say. Not really realistic. Okay, at least I can spin him around, I suppose. Can I spin him the other way around as well? No, I cannot. Okay, and fair enough. You, my little one, you're gonna be useful very much so later on, once we get some more course and shit to deal with. Apart from that. Command random. That's... yeah, that's pretty good. Just a bit big. Anything else I can... I don't really think we can do much at the moment, can we? Now then, let's try to remember what it is to play bloody fucking...
人磨きしておきたかったな。仕方ね。明日だな。
これはガレージでしょうか。
Now then, time to start collecting things, because, well, as obviously, that is what it's gonna end up being. I'm relatively certain there's gotta be a lot of shit here that needs to be taken in. Damn it. Ah, you're too fast for me. Slow. Questions, isn't it? I can just let this run, technically speaking. Most people do have eyes, they can't read for themselves, for the most part. I mean, I guess I could try to read it, but oh boy, there's gotta be a lot in it. You wanna know how many fucking lines there are in this game. It's challenging, to put it mildly. Well, I guess I'll have to decide this at a later date. But today it's gotta be just me enjoying some nice and quiet time. It seemed a bit, you know, better as far as I'm concerned. For a start off. But well. If you really want me to, I can probably do all the non-voiced lines for you. That's quite a promise to make. Let's, take that with a cautionary approach then, shall we? Very much so a trusted individual, isn't he? Yes, yes. I'm pretty sure I can buy some food off you, can't I? I don't really have that much money, do I? Tutorial time.
何にするの？
I really don't have any money, god damn it. It's gonna take some getting used to again. I'm poor, can I say? Actually, I'm pretty sure outside is also stuff to buy. See my funds disappearing into nowhere land. No, then. Hello, shop. Yep. Mira's gonna be a... I guess in the worst case scenario I could sell some of these items. Let me take a look at her. Yeah, okay, I forgot. I kind of was a finger and you can go in here, can I? Yep. Okay, game. Fair enough, fair enough. Can I do something else? Yeah, I can go in here. That is not gonna help me much because I don't think you have... Hey. I have my use weapon there now, that's good. Oh, right, actually, there's the alignment system. I forgot. It's still gonna be a while, so we have to make any choices that will influence that, so, you know. Gonna take a while. Already done so. Actually, considering how much there is to collect in Prayers Game usually, I might actually want to put up a nice little list that tells me what there is to pick up. It might actually be fortuitous, wouldn't it be? Probably. Right, the 6th district. It's a pretty damn big city, that little Edith. Well, to be fair, I do enjoy a rather fortunate situation at the moment, economically speaking. Yep, I already made sure. He already sounds like quite a nice individual, doesn't he? Ah. Now then, running around. Like, look, we've got a mini-map. It's like, yeah, I know. Pretty useful. Pretty useful tool. I wonder if they're already open.
ベルモッティ。このお店はお休みみたいですね。
I would assume that the cafe, not so much a bar, but at least a cafe would be open at fucking 11 a.m. But
カフェバーの稼ぎ時は夜だからな。ま、今のところ用はねえさ。
nothing I'm too worried about. I'm gonna have some interactions with that later anyway. Yeah. Wee. You're not gonna let me cross the bridge? No, of course not. Don't you just love it when you are so deep into the tutorial that you can't actually move around freely yet? Look, it's an entrance. Hello, random person. Ah, there's a friend.
おいでなすったか。
バンさん、ひょっとしてあの方が。
ああ、例のおっさんだ。声をかけてみるぞ。
Not that you're gonna give me an option. Yeah. I really don't like it if that's on now. Okay, that's something I need to change around. Let's see here. Probably an input, isn't it? I will change those around at some point as well. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Also an option. Where would that be? Huge question, isn't it? Then I'll need to change that, because I would really like to change that. Okay, which button would that be? Okay, that button. Now that button doesn't really lend itself well to getting to get hold. I guess I kinda need to change that then, don't I? Toggle. Yeah, okay, that feels better if I can toggle that. Why put that on L3 though? Well, no time to complain, no time like the present after all. Hello, random stranger, let me talk to you.
さてどうしたもんか。連中には悟られてねえはずだし、うまく引っ掛けられりゃ。
Maybe start or stop, rather. And now I'm talking about your evil little plans in public. Well, where will we start? I don't know, just saying.
てめえがアークライトの小僧。何の用だ、この疫病神が。何が悪くないだ。てめえが横やり入れてくれたおかげで、あのババアから臨時収入が増いだ。裏稼業同士としての仁義が通ると思ってんのか。
Trying to steal the poor one's customers. Ah, well, you know, competition is fierce. What can I say?そんじゃな、お嬢ちゃん。気が変わったらおじさんを頼ってくれよ。 Might he already be involved? Wouldn't it be interesting? Okay, we shall go and follow the strange man. Okay, thank you.
このままテラスエリアをまっすぐですね。
ああ、目立たないようにゆっくりな。
Seems like, look, I've got a notebook. I can. I know.
階段の裏手に回ったみたいです。
Yes, I know. Okay.
よく見逃さな
Pretty
か
much
った。
navigate this without reading the text at this point. Actually, I'm pretty sure it would count as trespassing. It would be illegal. But you know. Then again, you know. It depends a bit on how broad you want to put it down, I suppose. Fair enough, fair enough. If you want to be about it in that particular way, that's fine. Oh god, I'm smelling a combat tutorial in my near future. And no mind. It's strange, isn't it? Nice little stuff. Very practical minded even, because you can make it a bit shorter. Which means I need now to remember how to do combat in this one. Gonna be interesting. Remembering things, always a fun time. That's pretty much what I remember. Let's see. You're not gonna let me play around with anything else, do you? Fucking fine. I don't really feel like I want to defend though. Yeah, it's a lot of damage for no fucking reason.
こいつは効くぜ
Yeah.
こいつは効くぜ
Okay, no reason to stop me from doing what I want to do. Don't like I will do it anyway. Will be rather important at some point in the future. Now then, can I now?
戦闘終了
Play with my wings. I can. Thanks, game.
メンテナンスモードに移行したわよ
Oh, right, this system. I forgot. Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting. Also, opening all of these slots is gonna be interesting again. Jesus Christ. There was a list for this, wasn't there? Chart skill list. There it is. Look at all the nice little things you can get your hands on. One of my favorites, Executioner. Very useful. Fatal Lens. Very neato. And then all of these. Actually, there's some I do like. Hawkeye, Treasure Hunter, obviously. That's the sort of stuff you really want, because usually you can bet your dollars on it that there is some form of reward for getting all of the chests. Which means before we go through this dungeon, I should probably actually pull up a nice little map so I can actually see it. Oh right, this as well. Driver. And I have nothing to put in there, but yeah. You've got your little aim. Quartz wise, you've got shield, a B
メンテナン
card.
スモードに移行しました
Do we have anything else in inventory? We most definitively do not. Okay. Actually, can I do it from here? I can. Probably. That is not open. A lot of these things are going to cost me money. Money I don't actually have at the moment. What? Fucking damn it, but fine. For the moment, I heal because the game was like, you can.
データを処理するわ
Which is kinda useless because he has a fucking healing station anyway.
生き返るぜ
Oh well, on we go. Ouch. I forgot. You actually have field combat now as well. Which is kinda useful if you're running so area for the umpteenth time and have to deal with a small price. And technically speaking, deploying the shard is the better option because it gives me more options, which is always going to be the better option. That's not really something to think about. The only good point for using field combat is for the most part just deal with all of the small flies that you're inevitably going to have to deal with. There was something else I wanted to do and I have forgotten what it was already, which is never a good start. Was there something in here? God damn it. Never try to leave something on the back burner. Hello, smart boy. Let's see if you're a small fry as well. Yeah. Going off the damage is not really. It's kind of a bit too heavy for my taste. Alright, where was that actually? It wasn't in here, was it? I was kind of sure it was in here. Maybe it's not unlocked yet. That could of course be the case. Right, now I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I can find a little map of the dungeon. Just to see if there's any chests in there. And it's the first dungeon, it's not going to make it difficult to find them, but we don't have the treasure hunter eye thing yet. God damn it. Gosh, too slow. Maybe should deploy the shards for these assholes. Come on, can I get you? No, no side bonus anyway. Fine. No side bonus, I get it. It hurts, bitch. It is not very nice. Hello, treasure chest. Now I think we will have to start selling a lot of the things we pick up that we don't necessarily need because, well, we will need some fucking money. I believe there's not much we can say about it. Now, new enemy type. That is indeed true. See? Tutorial time. Very important that. Okay, the problem is gonna be that that actually does take some casting time. And of course enemies are not gonna just sit there and do nothing. They have a tendency to move. See? Oh god, chain. Yeah, I forgot about that. Pretty sure this achievement with a certain amount of chain. I remember having some struggles with that. Indeed. I mean, never ever shall we ask. That's a good thing, you know. If you actually found yourself in a fantasy world, you know, and you go in a dungeon and you find a treasure chest, and someone would always gonna ask the same question, like, where does the treasure come from? You'd be sitting there like, well, game logic. Game logic indeed. Also for some reason, chat has not moved. That's not a good thing. I mean, you know, it's a pretty basic combo. You have somebody for the front line, you have somebody for the back line. What more do you want? And yes, where there's advantage to opening the combat yourself, there's disadvantage if you get hit in a unfortunate circumstance. Again, this one? Yeah, this one.
こいつは効くぜ
I was about to say, he's not gonna move much, is he? He's just gonna check us outright.
行くぜ
Didn't hit anything, now did you? Oh god damn it, I'm out of range. Alright, well, we can afford some wasteful spellcasting. Oops. Yeah, that's gotta take some getting used to again. Whoever came up with the idea of use triangle to interact instead of, you know, what you would usually do, the pocket X button. Some punishment should be in order for their obvious disregard of classical systems. Torrent's Rod. And plus 200 HP. What more do I want? I'm a frontliner. I would like that. Now I'm getting red, because now, of course, my health is below the normal. Depending what you count as monsters, every city has their own monsters in their lower sectors. Reds and other nonsense usually.